Today I was able to make $735 over 2 trades in my Top Step funded account. If you don't know what Top Step is, they give you money to trade with. They keep 10%. You get to keep 90% of the gains that you make. If you're interested in that, it's linked down below. That's what I've been trading since we had our second child, just as I'm getting back into the swing of things. So I had 2 trades, very successful, choppy market, tough conditions, but able to trade the range pretty well. So let's go and dive into the recap from this morning's live stream here on YouTube. The PPI come out at 7:30. I don't really know if it did, and it doesn't look like it did much, if anything at all, hardly anything. So that's interesting. Other than that, what do we got today? We got 9 o'clock, 9:15, Fed Waller speaking. Let's see if that does anything. And then tomorrow we got sentiment. Well, daily looks like it closed up. Little sweep on the overnight session. Nothing crazy. Overnight highs right up here. ES daily chart is still in the range. We'll see what we do today. Play the price action as I see it. I don't know if we're gonna chop or kind of trend out or what. Daily chart looks a little bullish, but it could easily come back into that month-long range. So just gonna be patient with it, let everything play out, and have a session. Yeah. All right, 400 psych level coming up. Also the overnight lows, nice little block as well. 130 sitting down there. Just got ran through. All right, and there is hedge pressure on the Nas. A little bit of buying going on here. Trying. Taking a quick little long. I want to try the hedge pressure long, but not gonna give it too long here. It is early in the day. Delta trying to hold up, but trying to sweep new lows here as well into the 80s. Got a 80 block at 80. I want to see what happens here, and then I'll reevaluate. But I'm gonna give it the 80 trade. Little delta divergence playing out, starting to play out at the 80s as well. Seeing on volume 80 on the Nas. ES sitting at 29, 30 basically. 29s, 30s. I think realistically, if I had more wiggle room on this account, I probably would want a second contract at 80, but I'm not willing to do that in case of a sweep to the downside. But I like the 80 buys a lot with what we're seeing on the DOM. This movement down here was really good at 80. And then with volume being down there as well, just is nice, but I'm not willing to do that with this account really. I want to see some more buyers step up after this nice divergence at the lows. Still having a hard time at 90 or whatever that is, volume. Slapping off it a little bit. Above 90.25 is good, my opinion. Just need to see some buyers actually step up now, because now we're kind of seeing a reverse divergence. Yes, above 33.5, basically right where it is. Could run a little bit. Back inside that volume though on the ES and on the Nas for that matter. Delta looks fine. The flow looks good on the actual like orders coming through in my opinion. So that's why I'm holding this. Wouldn't be holding it right now if I wasn't interested in the way that it's moving. Okay, pops the prior high. Got some buyers coming through. Needs to get through 400. There it is. Pops through 400. Buyers still looking good. Nice rip. We'll see what happens at 07. That was the initial exit. I think it makes sense to potentially rotate off 07, but I think the rotation into 20s and VWAP makes a little bit more sense, especially with Delta looking the way it is. ES 28s were nice. The 29s, all that absorption that called out, 28s, 29s looks good. I'm gonna go and put a break-even stop in here. So I'm either gonna be scratch on the day or up a little bit, but it looks like it might be coming back down a little bit. Let's see. Where did we reject? 07? 09. Still trying to push though. Delta still looks pretty good. Just see it like looking like it's having a hard time pushing. I'm gonna move this stop up. Top of the little range here, or bottom of the range, excuse me. That's good enough for me right now. I think we probably do it. It's just there's so much cluster right here that I feel like the rejection off of like the 14s and the 12s and all that, I think it just makes sense. So I went ahead and just locked that in. 15 points of down for 15 points of up is meh. The flow down at the 80s, I definitely could have had a better entry. I would have wanted to long down at 80 no matter what. with what I was seeing down here, but I just was a little premature there. So a little premature on my entry. Wish I would have been grabbing down at the low 80s on that movement. But take the trade. On to the next. All right, here's the rotation to 80. So basically very simple. Like to see it. Now do we sweep the downside? Sweep the downside, get back above 80, take the long for the ride back up. All right, sweeping the lows, sweeping through 80, or trying to. Taking a little long. It really should be looking at this trade up into the high 90s, but point of control seems like potentially a little better. Just manually kill it. Put it at the wicks for right now. Kind of a heavy close. Sweep the lows here probably, I would think. Double bottom. Currently sitting at IB low, I believe, as well. Got some serious size down at 50. 160 still chilling down there. We've been closing heavy the last couple candles, so I want to watch the close here to see how we actually close out. It was like last 10-15 seconds here on this one. Got a super heavy. This is still pretty sweepy. Off the 65s. Divergence I was just circling earlier, kind of playing out. The lows off 65. Once we pop it, we got to pop this 81, 82 level. Okay, trying. Important spot. Seems like they want to. Gotta pop the prior high though, and it's not doing it yet. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good now. Assuming we can continue to push. I'm gonna go and put a break-even stop in place here. I don't want to. After this thing went green, I'm not gonna lose any money on it. So this will be, we either rotate into the top of the range or I take a break-even. Either way is fine. But it looks like we rotate into the top of the range. Pretty close to getting filled out here. It'll be 22 points or so. Okay, I'm out. I just grabbed 22 points there. Still looks very strong, but to me, this is the like high probability exit, top of the range, right at 400 cycle level. Can we rip this and rip the new highs on the day after we just swept the lows? Absolutely. That brings me to 735 on the session. It's a really nice move though, like a really nice move, and it all happened off the 65s. That, I mean, the divergence at 65 that I circled. I think it was right here. Yeah, I didn't call it out. I didn't physically say anything, but you saw me going like this with my mouse. And then the DOM flow at 65 combined with it, it was nice for the move to the upside after the sweep.